welcome so many beauties and so many of their friends and family to this really important seminar today. So, for those of you who don't know very much about us, the Foundation provides support and wellness services to women with cancer. We currently have almost 800 women that we serve, and we do about 40 events a year for them, ranging from our overnight retreats, to day retreats, to educational seminars like this, to our sisterhood building events, which are just social gatherings so that our living communities can form a sisterhood and a community. And just last Friday, we had a wonderful event called The Beauty of Change, which was a fashion show. And several women in this room struck their stuff on the runway, and it was really beautiful. And anyway, we're really happy to have you here today. I wanted to introduce, back in the back is Joan D'Souza. Joan is one of our board members. And another one of our board members just walked in the door, and our wonderful staff, Indira Flores. Indira is the program director, and she puts together all of these wonderful events for you and just does a fantastic job. Ariana Barrett. Ariana wears a bunch of hats. Fundraising, operations, volunteers, social media, I don't know, a lot. She does a lot. And back here is Mary Ellen Zero. And Mary Ellen is our administrative assistant. And together the four of us work to put on wonderful events for you and really try and support you and empower you and educate you in lots of ways. And we're really grateful to have you here. And so I'm going to pass the baton to Indira. Okay.
And thank you, Nancy, our wonderful executive director, who makes the program, our Living Beauty, just continue to grow and grow and grow. Okay, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Seeta Narsai. We have a special guest today. Dr. Seeta Narsai holds a clinical doctorate in Ayurveda medicine, the traditional healing system of India. She's dedicated over 15 years to her work in the fields of natural health and mind-body medicine. She's a Kundalini yoga teacher, a longtime meditator, and founder of Dr. Seeta Herbals, an organic Ayurvedic herbal line. In her training, Dr. Seeta studied energy medicine, herbalism, Western and Ayurvedic nutrition, Panchakarma, which is advanced detoxification procedures, and anti-aging protocols. After supporting her father and many others battle cancer, she's been inspired to share the healing power of Ayurvedic wisdom for people living with cancer. So please help me welcome Dr. Seeta Narsai.
Hi there, everybody. How's everyone doing? Good. Great. So I just want to take a brief survey on how many people know what Ayurveda is. Okay. All right. This is going to be a nice introduction for those of you who don't know what Ayurveda is. So can we get my Can everybody on this side see? I think we'll get it going. And actually, don't worry about what's on the slides and having to write everything down. Sure, write things down, but we're going to try to get your email addresses of whoever's here, and I'm going to send you these slides plus more information, so you don't have to feel overwhelmed. Okay, so I'm going to start without the slides. Ayurveda is a system of healing that's over 5,000 years old. It's the sister science to yoga. So yoga and Ayurveda are sciences that developed together in ancient India, and they're based on the natural healing abilities of the planet. And today I just want to give you a little overview of what we're going to cover. We're going to cover Ayurveda as a mind, body, spirit medicine. Ayurveda looks at not just the physical body or the mental body, Ayurveda also considers the spirit. And this is very important in all types of healing because oftentimes our imbalances have a spiritual root, and this is what Ayurveda believes. And we'll talk about food as medicine and how food really does have the ability to enhance your immune function and heal you not at just the physical level, but also at a spiritual level and mental level. We'll talk about herbal supplements briefly, and this is a big one because you can go ahead and herbal medicine is one of the keystones in Ayurveda, and cannabis has been used in Ayurveda for over 5,000 years. And Ray is going to talk about cannabis, but I do want to let you know that cannabis has been used in Ayurveda for over 10,000 years. We'll talk about panchakarma, which is detoxification procedures, and we're just going to cover this briefly because I'm only speaking for about 20 minutes. We'll talk about rasayana, which are the rejuvenation therapies in Ayurveda, which enhance immunity. These are the anti-aging protocols. We'll talk about meditation and mindfulness and how practicing more meditation in your life can reduce stress and hasten the process of healing. So Ayurveda, 5,000 years ago, in the Himalayas, around the Himalayas, sages and seers in deep meditation, they brought down this wisdom, and for 5,000 years, they have been implementing this wisdom. And a lot of this wisdom came through deep intuition. We all have access to intuition. We are very powerful healers when we tap into our own intuition and our own ability to heal. And Ayurveda, when we want to break this word down, Ayu means life. So you see here, Ayu means life. Veda means wisdom. Ayurveda is the wisdom of life, the wisdom of healing through nature. Tuning into your own nature, tuning into the natural rhythms of Mother Nature, and gaining the power of healing from nature itself. And again, it's a sister science to yoga, so it naturally has a mindfulness practice kind of integrated into it. And Ayurveda, it is an integrative, multidisciplinary science. So what that means is we had surgery in ancient India, so there were things like tumors back in the day, and surgeries were used, meditations were used as medicine, mantras were used as medicine. There was even animal therapy in ancient India, psychology in ancient India. So we want to look, before we get into some of the treatments from an Ayurvedic perspective, we want to look at what some of the root causes from an Ayurvedic perspective for cancer, okay? So of course we have a genetic predisposition. Exposure to carcinogens. This is a huge one. I feel like when my dad had cancer, the doctor hardly even mentioned exposure to carcinogens. We're exposed to pollution. Heavy metals is a big one. Not even just heavy metals, but mold. There's mold and toxins in our environment. There are industrial toxins like solvents, which are extremely detrimental to the liver. They actually cause cell damage and kill liver cells, which is the organ that helps our immune system, that detoxifies the body. So we're exposed to these carcinogens from a variety of different places. Like just think about driving a car. Drinking tap water has a lot of trace levels of carcinogens in it. We're exposed to mercury from fish. For 30 years ago, there were about like 50,000 tons of DDT, which is a toxic pesticide, dumped into the Santa Monica Ocean. Our environment is still healing from that, and there's trace levels of these pesticides in children, and most of us have these trace levels of pesticides in us. So we have to look at what happened after the Industrial Revolution with the advent of all of these chemical agents that were synthesized by science, because our body is able to detoxify these natural toxins that are in the environment, but when we synthesize chemicals, we put our body in under such stress and danger because our body has never seen some of these these pesticides that we use, they're on almost all conventional fruits, vegetables, and meats that we eat. So we have to look at the root cause, and this is one of the root causes of cancer from an Ayurvedic perspective. We also have to look at gut imbalances. So weak digestion, having a poor diet, which could mean even if you're eating the right vegetables, if they're sprayed with pesticides, that could be having a detrimental effect on your well-being as well. And in Ayurveda also we look at parasites, pathogens, like a lot of viruses can lead to cancer. So in Ayurveda, we look at pathogens, parasites, and carcinogens as a whole, and yearly, seasonally, we detoxify the body because most people will have exposure to some level of carcinogens. So we have to have a regular elimination of carcinogens as well as whatever the protocols your doctor is recommending as well. I'm gonna kind of just move past this, but these are some of the industrial toxins like dioxins are used when you go to, if you're dry cleaning, the solvents that are used when you're dry cleaning, those are extremely toxic to the liver to the point where they're being banned now. DDT for a long time has been used, which is a pesticide on crops. If you're older than 40, you've probably been exposed to it. If you've been traveled to India or a third world country, you're 100% have been exposed to it. So we have to remove these toxins from the system. And some of the ways we do that is Panchakarma. Panchakarma is the 5 detoxification procedures in India. And how do we detoxify the body? So many different ways. Because it's not just the body, it's the mind and the body. We have specific oils that are medicated, that are applied onto the body, different acupressure points, that help facilitate the removal of these toxins. Sweating the toxins out. The skin is one of the major channels to sweat out toxins. We help the digestive system work more efficiently. So if you are exposed to toxins, you're taking specific herbs that dislodge these toxins from the liver, and we expel them through the fecal matter. So we don't hold on to them. So when the body is clear and clean of toxins, it's able to heal itself. The body is wise and intelligent. So if we just facilitate that healing process through specific herbs, like even cannabis is an amazing herb to facilitate the healing process, we strengthen our immunity and strengthen digestion. So we do colon cleansing, we do liver cleansing, and one of the biggest herbs for colon cleansing, I want everybody to write this down, is called Triphala. And I will send this to you as well, but I want you can get this at Whole Foods, do your research. Triphala. 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 And this Triphala means 3 fruits. And these 3 fruits are revered in not only Ayurveda, but also yoga. And modern science now is showing that these fruits have antioxidant properties and vitamin C content that does not denature. So vitamin C, as many of you probably know, is one of the best vitamins for fighting cancer. And because this vitamin C doesn't denature, it makes it more powerful when you take it in. And the other herbs I'll recommend to you are dandelion root is a good one for liver cleansing that you can have easy access to. And those 2 are the major ones. I'll say burdock root as well. Burdock root, yeah. And when I get your email address, I'll send you an entire list of a lot more herbs than the ones I'm just mentioning. So do you guys understand the importance of liver cleansing, kind of? Yeah. Okay, great. So in Ayurveda, we recommend Panchakarma to people who are healthy. I do Panchakarma on myself seasonally, in health. And this was recommended 5,000 years ago when we didn't have these environmental pollutants in our everyday surroundings. And the reason is because we also have, if we're exposed to viruses, those viruses have waste products that are toxic as well, so those become carcinogens. If bacteria Bacteria have waste products as well, and depending on which bacteria it is, some bacteria can cause cancer, and there's carcinogenic parasites as well. Specific parasitic worms that you can get from fish, per se. It's called the Anisakis simplex. That one, when it released waste, those waste products are actually carcinogenic. So Ayurveda knew this. So this is why Ayurveda recommends cleansing for everyone at the change of each season. And there's mild ways to cleanse you. It doesn't have to be fasting and detoxifying and starving. There's mild cleanses, and I'm going to share a recipe with you guys. And Rasayana, this is huge. This is the rejuvenation therapy. And after detoxification, one of the most important things we have to do is we rejuvenate the body. And this is specifically important if you've gone through chemotherapy, because chemotherapy really, it kills good cells and it kills bad cells, right? And it depletes the body's immune system. That's how chemotherapy works. So what we want to do after chemo is to rejuvenate the body's natural defenses. That we want to rejuvenate the skin cells so your skin has better defenses. We want to heal the mucosal membrane in your digestive system so you can digest food properly. We want to reintroduce healthy bacteria. We have gut bacteria, healthy gut bacteria that actually helps with feel-good hormones like serotonin that make you feel healthy, happy. They also help defend the body against other pathogens and parasites. So after chemotherapy, we have to do rejuvenation therapy. Again, cannabis is a great herb to rejuvenate the body, and triphala as well. Okay, so I'm just going to cover this kind of briefly because I feel like a lot of you guys probably know this. How many of you guys are trying to do as much organic food as possible? Great. That's probably the key here. As much as possible, try to do organic. Seasonal, fresh veggies because they're high in phytonutrients, antioxidants. And when you are eating seasonally, there's something magical that happens because we harmonize with nature. And when we harmonize with nature, whatever nature is growing in this season in the backyard, it's in the climate that you live in. So nature basically teaches you how to thrive by feeding you the foods that are thriving in the current environment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this is why seasonal food is so important, because nature teaches you how to come back to homeostasis and balance, because these fruits and vegetables are growing in the season right now. So you're not eating fruits that are growing in the summer, in the winter. You're trying your best to eat locally as well, because then you get the immunity from your local environment. And the same is true for cannabis. I think it's great to have cannabis grown in your backyard, and Ray can tell you all about that.
I don't know about that, but.
Okay, these we have to stop immediately. Genetically modified foods are known to cause cancer. They cause cancer in cows. What we have found, or science has found now, is a lot of the livestock are fed genetically modified corn, and these genetically modified organisms are injected with bacteria, parasites, E. coli, other neurotoxins, so that they could manipulate the genetic structure of the plant. And on top of that, they're sprayed with specific pesticides that are, again, carcinogenic. I don't know why we're using genetically modified, or having genetically modified foods. Money. It's money. It's money. So if cows are eating it and you're eating those cows, it's inside of the cows. So even if you're eating meat, try to make it organic if you can. Stop genetically modified foods if you can. This is going to be a huge one for you, okay? GMO soy, that as well. Any GMOs, so corn syrup, read the back of your labels. If it says corn syrup, say no, say no. So anything that's heavily processed as well, you don't want to have. White sugar makes sense. Sugar feeds cancer. We know that now. But not the sugar from fruits. Fruits, it's not just the fructose that's in fruit. The fruits have phytonutrients, antioxidants, a wide variety of different colors, and nutrients that balance out that sugar. You need the natural fruits. You don't want the processed sugars. And also for cancer, we want to try to eliminate eggs. I'm not sure if you guys know that or if your doctor says that. Because eggs are balls of hormones. If you think about it, they're balls of hormones. It's a ball of hormones. It's specifically for breast cancer. It's just a ball of hormones. You're taking in basically the hormones of the animal. It's like basically eating someone's ovaries or something, right? So you want to, if you have prostate cancer, eggs are okay because testosterone levels tend to be higher for prostate cancer. But for breast cancer, ovarian cancer, I would stay away from eggs. Okay, so cancer healing, and I'm going through this very quickly because I have about 6 more minutes. But I want to make sure I give you guys resources again, so I have a lot of stuff on my website and recipes, and you'll have access to all of that. Some cancer healing foods from an Ayurvedic perspective: lentils, quinoa, all types of lentils are great. A specific lentil that's very good is called moong dal. M-U-N-G dal. M-U-N-G. You can get this on Amazon. Moong dal, yeah. Moong dal. And I have a recipe online, so if you go to drseeta.com/cleanse, this is actually a mild detoxification. It's very nourishing, especially after chemo and you don't feel like eating. Or my dad, after chemo, this is the only thing you can really eat and hold down. It has ginger in it, which is, it helps with the nausea, it helps with digestion, it's easy to digest. Great recipe that's mildly detoxifying and also nourishing. That's the key for cancer from an Ayurvedic perspective. Nuts, hemp seeds are amazing. All veggies. But the veggies that are best for cancer are bitter veggies. So dandelion root, if you don't know how to, dandelion root and also dandelion greens. I have great recipes for dandelion greens. You can get it from Whole Foods. You just want to saute it in garlic. Garlic is a great anti-cancer food. And you have to get used to the taste. It's very bitter, but it's so good for your liver and your health. All vitamin C rich fruits, pomegranates, lemon, limes, all fruits. I'm just going to say all fruits. If it grows in your backyard, even better. Even better. Plants are really intelligent. I just want to say this. If you have a plant tree in your backyard, it will understand your imbalance. Plants can communicate with us. So when you're touching it, when you're talking to it, we have chemicals on our fingertips. So when we touch a plant, this is why I say it's great to kind of grow cannabis in your backyard, because it knows your chemistry. It knows you're cultivating it, and it knows what imbalances you have. Plants are intelligent and wise, just sort of like our physical human body is. So when you touch these plants, it understands your imbalances through the chemistry of your hands, and then it will shift its nutrition in a way to serve you and to heal you. Nature wants us to heal, truly. So sweet potatoes, carrots are really great because you want to have higher vitamin A levels. Vitamin A enhances the strength of your skin tissues and all membranes of the body, and this becomes weakened after chemotherapy. So I would recommend those. Squash, pumpkin as well. Okay. So a few more minutes. Okay, gut health. How many of you guys know gut health is one of the most important parts of cancer? Okay, awesome. So you want to make sure you're having regular bowel movements. Teas that you can drink to enhance digestion are chamomile, mint tea, fennel tea, coriander tea. Juicing is really important because you get the natural enzymes from the foods that you eat. Enzymes are really crucial because when you don't have the active enzymes, you can't break down the food properly. And if you can't break down food properly, what happens? There's going to be a toxic byproduct. And now you're feeding the cancer. Cancers thrive in environments where there's undigested food particles. That's why when you have things like parasites, cancer can thrive there. And if you're not digesting your food properly, again, cancer can thrive there. So we have to look at gut health. Kimchi is amazing. I don't know, do you guys know Korean kimchi? Awesome. And then fasting. How many of you guys have heard about fasting and cancer? Depending on where you are, if you feel like you're strong, fasting is great. If you feel like you're weakened, your body, then you want to do something like that heat treat cleanse that I showed you. Otherwise, fasting can be too much on your body. Okay, so here's liver cleansing. I'll send you some more information on this when I have your email. I'm over time, so let me just cover these slides briefly. So pranayama, this is yogic breathing exercises, and you want to regulate your breath. Why? Because breathing reduces stress, it calms the nervous system, it reduces cortisol levels, and it increases oxygen to the body. And what does oxygen do to cancer cells? It kills them. So when we enhance oxygen throughout the body, we help the body enhance its natural defense system and natural immunity so we can ward off cancer cells. But mainly, pranayama breathing exercises, it feels good. You want to feel good. So this just calms the nervous system so you can at least be in a place of serenity. I used to practice pranayama or breathing exercises with my dad, and this is one of the things that really helped him after chemo. And of course, emotional healing is very important. And that can be done through things like spiritual practices, like prayer, meditation, mindfulness, seeking divine love and guidance in whatever way you know, and listening to your body's intuition and innate wisdom. If you take anything from this lecture here today, it's that your body is wise, you are a magnificent healer. Imbalances come into our life so that we can tap into our own healing abilities and our own intuition. And from that place and from seeking divine guidance and seeking higher wisdom from your higher self is, I think, the most powerful thing we can do on this journey. So thank you so much. And now we have Ray. Oh, this is the last one. Vitamin C, zinc, B, and the anti-inflammatories I wanted to mention, sorry, forgot about the slide, turmeric and mangishta. One of the best herbs is here, it's called shatavari. Excellent herb for cancer.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Okay. What do you know about the turkey tail mushroom?
I don't know much about turkey tail mushroom. That's probably coming from Chinese medicine, and I'm not sure about that, but I do know a lot of mushrooms are great for immunity. And the last one is cannabis as medicine. What you guys all came for. And one thing I did want to mention is cannabis in Ayurveda is known as Sarva Rogini, which means cure of all diseases or healer of all diseases. And if in the ancient times they named it that, there's a specific reason for that, and we're seeing that today. So I'm so excited to see and hear more from Ray. Thank you again.